dear students. Today we'll continue with the revision work as we have been continuing with the questions of literature, writing and grammar. We're moving on with part B. We have started with, in the previous classes, we have done a few questions of writing and literature. Literature objective ones, and now we are moving on to the subjective part of literature section, that is part B. So let me share the screen with you so that you can understand better. Yes, we have done question number 9 yesterday. Report writing based on Basant Panchami celebrations and cultural celebrations sort. Yes, now literature, if you see the screen, 24 marks. How these 24 marks are divided, first understand this. 5 questions you are supposed to do out of question number 10, I'm talking out of 6. And those 6 questions are on the screen from the SAM. 2 5s are 10. So 10 marks for these short questions. Then question number 11. Any 2 out of 3. Another set of 2 questions, right? So you need to do 7 questions in total, subjective part from literature section. 5 in question number 10 and 2 in question number 11. So we'll move on with this question number 10. What does Neruda mean by an exotic moment? Exotic moment without rush. First of all, the word without rush, we need to keep in mind. Exotic moment without rush. What does Neruda mean by Pablo Neruda's poem? An exotic moment without rush in the poem Keeping Quiet. If you remember this poem we did, now not mechanically rushing. First of all, that beautiful, enticing, exciting moment where there is no rush. The poet here means this. This rush which brings suppression, depression, okay? And moreover, when a person is peaceful, calm. So this exotic moment, he means inner calmness, peacefulness, right? Shall we move on to the second one?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Explain the metaphor of the rat trap in context of the story by Selma Lagerlöf. Now, this rat trap is a metaphor. Please keep the key point of the question in the mind. Explain the metaphor of the rat trap. Metaphor, we have assumed, or the author has made us assume the world through the philosophy of this tramp, this rat trap, this peddler. That world is a trap where there are lots of troubles and perils and dangers and faults, and we fall in the trap of those material gains. So the world is a rat trap, and this metaphor is required here to be explained. You can note down or you can listen carefully. It's up to you. If you note down, it's wonderful. The author has used the metaphor of rat trap to describe the difficulties of the peddler. Now, through peddler, the whole world has been talked of, right? So the metaphor here means that assumption of this world. This was rat traps, that peddler's rat traps philosophy also, right? If you see, the world is a rat trap, and we are calling that person also rat trap, the tramp, the wanderer, the peddler, right? Fine. So the author has used the metaphor of the rat trap in the story to describe the dangers, the perils, the troubles of man, of peddler who has a philosophy that which he uses and which he keeps on pondering, and he thinks of the world as a rat, which has its own pleasures as well as sorrows. Right? So metaphor of the rat trap in context of the story, The Rat Trap, right? By Selma Levin. Now, shall we move on to the next one? The third one here. Kamala Das speaks of an old familiar ache. What do you think the reason for this feeling? She feels that she won't be able to see her mother. Her old age is signifying her departure from this world, from this material world. Old mother who's growing older and older signifies that whether the daughter would be able to see or not. So she has a fear of losing her mother. This is her old familiar ache, a pain which is unavoidable. That's why it has been used familiar ache, pain, familiar type of pain, because it often comes up, often felt by the poetess, right? So what do you think is the reason? The reason is she is hovered by this thought that her mother may leave anytime, right? Her growing age, her old age is a symbol of or signifying her departure, and this pain, this thought is unavoidable. Clear, dear children?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Comment on the significance of the villagers sitting at the back in M. Hamel's classroom. Why were the villagers sitting at the back in M. Hamel's classroom? This is lesson number 1, if you remember, the last lesson, the French lesson. Right? Here, what is the significance of these villagers sitting at the back of the class? They had realized, or they realized that they had not taken pains in learning their own language. Second, they had come to pay tribute to M. Hamel for his 40 years of service in this particular town. Okay, because he had been serving them as a teacher for past 40 years. So comment on the significance of the villagers, old villagers sitting at the back of the village classroom tells us that they had realized completely that they had been wrong in not giving importance to their mother tongue, their own language. Maybe they were, not maybe, they were there to pay regard and respect to their teacher who had been serving their village for a long time as a right. Now, fifth one, little has moved with time, it seems, in Firozabad. State any one reason why the writer says this, because world keeps on changing, but in Firozabad, the children depicted, Mukesh, Savita, they have not changed. They are leading that old life of burdens, which the burden which has been transferred from their parents to them, or from their grandparents to their parents, and from parents to these children. Right? So little has moved with time. The world has changed. Strict laws maybe might have been made, but not implemented, and this had not affected the life of Firozabad, and especially the life here we are talking of those child laborers, right? Like Mukesh and Savita. How does the poet use the image of fingers fluttering? First of all, dear students, note down this is an example of alliteration, fingers fluttering through the wool. Now, how does the poet use the image of fingers fluttering through the wool to highlight Aunt Jennifer's victimization? Aunt Jennifer is victimized one thing. By what? Dominance, oppression of her husband. Her marital relationship, her marriage is not a happy marriage. And she is not happy with those bondage or with that type of life which doesn't give her freedom. So she is dominated by a chauvinist husband. She finds herself trapped by oppression, or trapped and oppressed in the institution of marriage. How does the poet use the image of fingers fluttering? The poet uses this image when her fingers flutter and are unable to even move that ivory needle. There's a line, ivory needle hard to pull, but now she's not able to pull that needle also, because after bearing this pain of suppression and oppression for so many years, she finds her fingers difficult even to move. And this highlights Aunt Jennifer's victim-like situation. Clear, dear children, all these 5-6 questions? Any 5 we can attempt. And if you'll read, if you'll prepare, you'll score definitely well in this area. All the sections, I mean, attempt any 2 out of the 3 questions given below in 30 to 40 words. This will be from snapshots. 3 questions and we have to answer 2. In his letter to Charlie, Sam writes, "Then I got to believing you were right. What could have made Sam begin to believe?" Sam might have started believing, or this letter shows that he now believed that there was third world, right? The key point is to believe that third world was there. It did exist. The letter reveals that Sam had found the third world. 2 points. Moving on to the next one, it was important that the recaptured Evans kept up the facade till the very last moment of his interaction. What do you mean by this word, facade? This means deceptive appearance which he had worked upon. He changed his appearance, a well-managed plan. Then he had plan B also. If he'll be caught, he will run away in the van and all. And he applied that. We all know when we read this story and understood this story. It was important that the recaptured Evans had to keep up this deceptive appearance till the very last moment of his interaction with the governor. Support this statement with some point, with some explanation, with some rationale, right? Now, what is this point that we can use? He had to, keep this deceptive appearance till the end. I discussed, he even had a plan. We can give a characteristic of Evans here, that he was so witty and shrewd that he could manage, and it was not the jail authorities who were on toes, but it was Evans and his friends who were on toes, and they managed it very well. And in that, managing that, he had to keep his deceptive appearance till the very last moment of his, right? We are now on the third question. Sadow's acceptance of the general's plan to assassinate Tom was counterproductive to having put him on the path of. First of all, let us go into this incident. That Sadow went to the general, and general assured him that he will send his personal subordinates who will kill him and will also remove the body of this soldier from the enemy country. But what does this incident tell us about Saddam? He has saved the soldier, this enemy, and now he is in the plan to get him killed. This tells us that yes, as a doctor, he saved him. But as a professional, as a patriot, as a lover of one's country, his nation, he reported this incident to his senior or to the general. And it was general solution which was given, and he followed that. This tells us that Sadow was a perfect, epitome of, you can say, perfect epitome of a responsible citizen of a nation, loyal to both his country as well as his, right? Fine, dear students. If you have any query, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll move on to question number 12. Not 12. Question number 12 and 13 are, let me explain you, detailed questions, 5 marks questions. Right? And we'll go through them. The story Deep Water talks about Douglas' attempts to overcome his fear of water. The story can also be viewed as a figurative manifestation of life's many challenges. Elaborate with reference to the text. How does the story Rat Trap highlight the importance of community over isolation? It talks of isolation, loneliness, and support your explanation with textual evidence. Right? Attempt any one out of the following questions. Now this is from snapshots and this is from planning book. One question is based on deep water. Next question is based on Rat Trap. Question number 13. Attempt any one out of these two. Word limit 120 to 150 words, 5 marks. Mr. Lamb calls Derek his friend, while Derek refuses his affirmation. Would you consider their relationship with each other as friendship? Support your answer with reference to the instance from the text. Right? And then, with respect to events, B part. The story, should wizard hit mommy, who would you support? Wizard or mommy? This is NCERT question, children. What is your stand? Whom would you support? And these type of questions will be more towards this time. The response of the students, right? That's why it is in the sample. And even here, if you see, would you consider your consideration? Should wizard hit mommy here? Your consideration. Justify your choice. Both the questions are based on the free response of the students, not based on facts or text. Right? Though support points we take from text, of course. Right? Support your answer with reference to the instance from the text. See the question, would you consider their relationship with each other as friendship? Yes, of course, he had developed, he went again, defying his mother, and he went again. So, Deep Water, Douglas, this question, Rat Trap, this Mr. Lamb and Derek's relationship, and should wizard hit mommy. All these 4 questions must be do in the next. Right? This is question number 12 and dear students, I hope you have understood the entire pattern right from question number 1 to question number 13. In these days, we have, in the previous classes, we have done question after question, question after question, and now we are ready with the complete clearance of sample. Right? Thank you. God bless you all. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you.